And fortunately, I opened up my emails when I got up early this morning with my coffee, and there was a little note from Arthur saying, well, perhaps while you're here, you'd spend a few moments and talk about the foundation. That's never a problem for me. So thank you for the opportunity. It's great to be here. I won't be long, I promise that, but I will take the opportunity to talk a bit. And you know, as you saw in the events here, it almost seems like this is Foundation Month this year. Normally Foundation Month in the Rotary world is November, but of course we didn't have our district foundation dinner last November, so it is coming up on March the 9th. And then of course also in March on the 16th is our new version of what used to be called the Grants Management Seminar, now called the Rotary Foundation Putting It to Work for You. And what we've added to the grant management piece is we've added a learning piece on the foundation at the front end. So in the morning we're going to go through how the foundation works, give you a good chance to understand the foundation better. In the afternoon we qualify you for grants. Everyone is welcome to attend that. It's on March 16th, Sunday, out at Mayfair Lakes, I believe is where it's going to be for the Lower Mainland. So I hope some of you get there. So thank you for having me. It's great also to be honored with the induction of new members. That's always a wonderful time in the Rotary world. So welcome to Rotary, and I hope that you find it as rewarding and as much fun as we all do. I've been a Rotarian 32 years now. There's no looking back. Every day is better and better as we go forward. So I hope that's the way that it works for you as well. In talking about the foundation, I thought I'd start by asking the question, why do we give? Why do we support charities? Why as Rotarians do we give? What is behind that? What is it that causes us to think that giving is a way? Is it that we're doing good for others? Is it the opportunity to give back, as Lamont said? Is it a way of fulfilling a particular passion that we have and contributing to that? Is it a way just to make a difference and see things change in the world? Well, in this day and age, of course, if you have a question like that, you always ask Google. So I Googled, why do we support charity? And Google came up with all kinds of answers. I could have written a book from them all, but some of the things it says is strengthens personal values, sets a good example for others, encourages others to participate, helps others in need, generates a charitable receipt. Here in Canada, we have one of the very best charitable tax regimes in the world. It's very supportive. Anything over $200, 44% you get back. It's massive, way, way better than the US and other places. Gives us a way to leave a legacy, and on it goes. And yes, it's a major mood booster. It's all about doing good, and it makes us feel good, and it does enable us. So whatever your reason or your reasons, we certainly encourage you to consider supporting a charity. And of course, in talking about that, we always recommend you think about our Rotary Foundation as well. So just a few things about the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation is a separate entity from Rotary International. It has its own trustees. It's not funded by your dues. It is truly a full charitable foundation. It's supported only by donated dollars and investment income. And from all of that, it generates the dollars that enables Rotarians and Rotary to carry out the many, many projects that we do around the world, both as clubs and as the international organization. It's big. It's a big charity, but it's a very highly regarded charity. And it works in 6 areas of focus. I think I saw them up on Chris's slideshow. Clean water sanitation, maternal and child health, fighting disease, supporting education, developing local economies, and peace and conflict resolution. Those are the fundamental tenets that the Rotary International the Rotary Foundation supports. It is one of the highest, if not the highest, ranked charitable organizations in the world. Our own foundation. 10 years in a row, Charity Navigator's highest ranking now, 4 stars. Association of Fundraising Professionals named it the #1 charity in the world in 2016. And part of the reason for that are the ethics in how it operates, as well as the low costs. 92% of every dollar given ends up at a project. And that's amazingly high when you think about other charities that go 30, 40% sometimes overheads. So those are some of the things that are phenomenal about our charity. It is big, as I said. Net assets of the Rotary Foundation at the end of 2018, is that my gong? $1.1 billion. And the goal the Rotary Foundation has is to build that to $2.025 billion by 2025. An amazing goal and probably achievable the way that the endowment builds and the interest grows. So it's doing very, very well. In the last Rotary year, we raised $414.7 million in total to the Rotary Foundation, exceeding the goal of $300 million, and provided $277 million back to the clubs in grants to support their projects. These are global figures, of course, you do understand that. 1,303 district grants were awarded, and we selected 94 more individuals into the Peace Fellows program. So a huge amount of work going on in the foundation. And there's three major funds in the foundation, as you know: the annual fund, where we support funds in that come back in grants, the endowment that builds the principal and the interest funds programs, Polio Plus, where we fund polio, and then programs such as our Peace Scholars and all that are funded from the endowment. The Rotary Foundation recognizes support, and it's a very strong foundation in that. We provide recognition in response to donations. If you're supporting the annual fund or polio, your dollars go in and accumulate, and at the time you hit $1,000 US, it triggers a Paul Harris Award. And as you keep going, those multiply, and each 1,000 another level of Paul Harris comes, and then ultimately a major donor, and it just keeps building. If you're contributing a bequest, really, really unusual. The recognition comes at the time you make the promise or the pledge for the bequest. It doesn't wait until the bequest is action. So you get your recognition at the time you make the pledge to make the contribution in the future. Kind of fits well with the four-way test, doesn't it? Well, we do have some recognition to present this morning, and so this is an appropriate time to do that, and I'd like to call Mr. Ken Wilson, past governor, to the front. Just to make this real, right? So, Ken, as we're talking about the Rotary Foundation, and you've continued to support the Rotary Foundation, so here we are with a Paul Harris +3. Wow. Recognizing
it looks better.
It looks better, and you can keep going, you know.
That's right. As long as I keep going.
As long as you keep going. So it's a pleasure to present you with your Paul Harris +3, and to thank you on behalf of the Rotary Foundation for your contribution.
I should mention that next week will be 25 years for me in Rotary. I joined on the 16th of February '94, and this comes about because I don't miss the $35 a quarter that gets taken aside, and it grows, and that shows it does grow. So
Rotary Direct.
That's right.
Yep.
And I encourage everybody to even do beyond that when they can, and I know I do when I can, but it goes to a good cause, and it's very much appreciated. So thank you, everybody, and thank you again, Don.
Pleasure. Thank you. So some of the core programs of the foundation and causes, as I said, are providing grants to clubs. In this club, you've just got some district grants from the foundation. That's what it's all about, is multiplying your dollars into more so you can do more. And in our district, we had $80,000 this year available to offer out in district grants to the clubs. Eradication of polio, we're continuing to work at that. That's the other major Rotary program, End Polio Now. We hope the end is in sight. And last year, District 5040, our clubs collectively contributed $265,000 to polio, the highest of any district in our zone, which was an amazing year for us. And the Peace Centers, and I just want to mention that because, as you know, we have well over 1,100 Peace Fellows now in the field around the world. We're continuing the Peace program, and our district has participated in a brand new program partnering with the Global Institute on Economics and Peace in Colombia to do a project called Positive Peace Colombia. So we're active in that with one other district out of Utah and Rotary International in a new pilot that will probably reshape ultimately the whole approach Rotary takes to peace in the world. Lastly, and another reason is we have global partnerships that extend the reach of Rotary. And some of the partnerships, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, every dollar you give to polio becomes 3 because of Bill and Melinda Gates. The Global Index in Economics and Peace I mentioned is a new partnership. Shelterbox, our partner in disaster relief. The Government of Canada. The Government of Canada has set aside $1.2 million a year for 5 years to support global grants from Canadian Rotary clubs. And that money is now being used, and that enables a global grant multiplier of up to 6.5 times. Just think about that. One club dollar becomes $6.50. As much as that when you have the Government of Canada and then the Rotary Foundation match. And that's what it's all about, is allowing the clubs to do more. So keep up your good work. Keep applying for grants, because you know you get them. I think you got 2 or 3 in this last cycle. 4? That's right, we approved a 4th one, didn't we? Yeah, so congratulations on that. Do get out and support the foundation. I hope to see some of you at the foundation dinner and again at the foundation seminar on March the 16th. Thanks for having me.